Hey there, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well today, getting ready for your Memorial Day weekend. This is Earl Bryant coming at you from the now sunny suburbs of the NYC, Long Island, New York. And it's time once again for Pearls from Earl. This one is a combination. It's sort of a pet peeve of mine, but it's also a tribute to my dad. And if you wonder what that means, just stick around. It's going to make sense very shortly, I promise you. This pearl is called What My Dad Taught Me About Taxicab Marketing. And you might wonder, what could taxicabs possibly have to do with marketing? Like I said, it's all going to make sense in just a minute, I promise you. Just stick around. When my dad was younger, when we were kids, my dad, besides driving double shifts on the bus, which means back-to-back full-time shifts, whenever he could, he would drive a cab to take care of me and my sisters, all four of them, and my mom. And my dad got kind of a reputation around town of being reliable, being dependable, being very friendly, very fair with people. So whenever people around town needed a cab and they called for a cab, they would ask if my dad was driving, because they wanted to ride with him, because they knew they were going to get a good deal from my dad, because my dad treated everybody fairly with decency and courtesy and respect. So you could say he had a lot of know, like, and trust factor involved, which he did. Now, contrast that with what I deal with nowadays when I'm out and about, walking down the street, standing in a parking lot, sometimes even at a corner at a bus stop waiting for a bus. I would hear this horn honking. And I'm just sitting there minding my business, and I look up thinking maybe it's someone that recognizes me or maybe someone I know. And what do I see? I see a taxi cab driving by, honking at me, trying to offer me a ride. And every single time I turn him down and say, not interested, I just turn my head and I just basically give him the brush off. And my attitude is, dude, if I wanted a cab, do you really think I'd be sitting at a bus stop waiting for a bus? Or do you really think I'd be walking up and down the street getting somewhere if I wanted a cab? Why would I be doing all that if I wanted a cab? When I want a cab, I will call you. The point being very simply this: cabs are great when you want them, when you call for them, when you make the choice whether or not you want to ride, when the ball's in your court. It's not so great when they're hailing you instead of you hailing them. And please understand this point. People are going to do business with you as a taxi cab driver when they want you because you have what they want, which is a ride, and they're willing to fork over some dough to make it happen. They are not going to want you when they see that you as a taxi cab driver want what they have. And if you're only if your only motivation for driving that cab is to get money as opposed to serving someone with a ride, then you're not going to be very successful. Now, what's that got to do with marketing? Like I said, my dad taught me about the know, like, and trust factor because he learned how to treat people with respect and dignity and courtesy and kindness. And because he did, more and more people wanted to ride in his cab. And he had no trouble filling up his cab with people that were willing to ride with him because of how he treated them. As opposed to a lot of guys I see today who are basically chasing down fares, and they're chasing people away because those people already know, or at least perceive, that all those guys really want is not to give them a ride, but just to get into their wallet, get into their purse, get into their billfold, and extract some money from them in exchange for the ride. The motive, in that sense, is not service, it's profit. And nobody wants to be any part of that. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. Now, what's that got to do with marketing? Well, it's very, very simple. As a friend of mine said recently, you're not supposed to be out there trying to sell something. You're out there trying to find out what people want to buy. And the idea is to find out what they want to buy and help them buy it. not try to convince them to let you sell it. You see, the ball's in their court, and you have to respect their side of the court. And you have to let them know that you're there to serve them and that they are not there to serve you. So what I'm saying to you at the end of the day is this. Take my dad's advice, even though he didn't give it directly. Build rapport, build, engage, and sell your audience. Solve their problem, serve their problem, serve their need. Let's put it that way. Put yourself in a position where you can help those people, and they'll have no problem paying you and compensating you for providing them a service that they consider valuable, not you. This explains why you have the rise of services like Uber and Lyft, because people call Uber and Lyft, just like they did back in the day with cabs, and they tell the folks driving Uber and Lyft where to meet them, and they'll be waiting. Those people want that service. That's why they call. So if you go out there trying to drum up sales, trying to chase people down, trying to drag people over to take a look at your offer, and by extension, whether you intentionally do this or not, you give them the impression that whatever they're doing at that moment is not that important. They need to stop, drop what they're doing, and roll on over toward you and take a look at what you got. You are inadvertently pushing them away because you're telling them that whatever they've got going on in their day is not nearly as important as what you have to show them. Don't be so unconsciously arrogant as to give anybody that impression, because even if you don't mean to do that, trust me when I tell you, perception is king, because perception is reality. And as far as they're concerned, if it seems like you are telling them that what they have going on in their day is not that important, as far as they're concerned, that's exactly what you're doing, whether you're trying to do it or not. So, at the end of the day, and I'm not patting my dad on the back even though I am, take my dad's advice. Learn to treat people right, treat people with courtesy and dignity and kindness and respect. Build, engage, and sell your audience. Treat them right. You'll build a know, like, and trust factor in the process, and you'll have no trouble drawing people to you to have a look at what you have to offer. And just like the taxi cab back in the day when my dad was driving, you'll have no trouble attracting riders or eventually customers and clients and prospects and ultimately partners and eventually sales to you. So if you're going to do the Taxicab thing, don't chase. Make yourself attractive. Put yourself out there in a way that people will know where you are, and then people will come looking for you because you have built yourself up in such a way that they know you, they like you, they trust you, and they'll look for you. And that is today's Pearl from Earl. Forgive me if I sound a little bit rambling there, but I hope that made some sense to you and that you got some value from it. And if you did, please like this and please share it with people you know who can benefit from it. And please feel free to subscribe as well. I hope that you got some value from this. And again, I had the opportunity to learn this from my dad and from some other people throughout the years who have taught me how to treat people right and with dignity and respect. If you want to know more about that, then reach out to me and I'll be happy to share with you who I learned this from and how, to see if it can benefit you too. Again, this has been a Pearl from Earl. It's been my privilege to share this with you, and I hope you did get some value from it. And until the next time when we gather around for Pearl from Earl, when I hope to see you right back out there, this is Earl Bryant signing off from the soon-to-be getting cloudy suburbs of New York City, Long Island, saying take care, be well, be blessed and not stressed. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend and the unofficial start of summer, and make it a great 2019. Bye for now, and take care.